Bismillah. I love the contradiction, M. I'm from London, but I'm actually from Egypt. I love it. Your consistency is incredible. No, but that's still very cool. There's only one right answer, though, to the question I'm about to ask you. Which is easier for humans in general, the British accent or the American accent? He was. Oh, no, he was born in London. Wait, are you at uh-huh? I'm sorry, I don't know what your name is. M doesn't really give me that much space for um, credible information on who you are. How much does the CEO salary for a little longer? I know what that means, Judy. All right, M. Um, British is easy. Kayati, come on now, really? I don't know. All right, so the American accent, Habiba. Now we're on now we're on the right track. Yes, very good. There's only one answer to that, and technically, Mr. Ashur didn't say that it's the British accent that prevails, so we'll take that. That's my British, but American is more common. Oh no, American easier. Thank you, Dean. Rudaina, American. Let's go. All right. All right. So before we jump into it, because I know Mr. Husni really wants an answer, let's go ahead and discuss his question very quickly before we jump into it, shall we? Um, First of all, hello, welcome aboard. Hi, my name is Aya. Nice to meet you. If you are like M and you are born in London, UK, and you cannot pronounce the A sound, and you can pronounce it as Aya, like ice cream, which is actually, unfortunately, the majority of my life how it was pronounced. Let's see. I don't really like the American accent. Oh, oh no. Nice to meet you. Well, given the fact that you were born in the UK, it's fair. It's fair for you to like the British accent more because you've been surrounded by it for your whole life. So that's fair. That's completely fair. But on the same level, right, with the same argument and the same mindset, you do realize most of the Hollywood movies use American accent, which means we are more surrounded with the American accent. And hence why probably it's easier, more familiar, more fun, sorry. Um but we're not going to hold that against the British folk. We're not. All right, let's jump into it. So, as I was saying earlier, for everyone who just joined, hello, welcome aboard. Mr. Hosni actually asked me a very important question. He kind of, sorry, Mr. Muhammad, jumped into an issue that he has, a problem that he's facing, that we are going to talk about a little bit in detail later. But we're going to answer some tips and advice now. Ready? So, Mr. Muhammad said that when he listens to a movie or an English video, he understands it very well. But when he tries to speak or answer, I'm not sure by answer. Do you mean like when someone talks to you or like in an interview? Because interview or interrogation is different from a conversation, right? Those are two different things. But when you try to answer, I can't do it. I can't put the sentence, I think, formed in my mind, but I can't get it. Oh, so you form the sentence in your mind first, but you cannot speak it. Even when I try to use the shadowing technique. Okay. All right. There are so many levels and layers to this that we need to talk about it just a little bit. First of all, does anybody else here have the same problem? Does anybody else have the same problem that Mr. Muhammad does? Where you can listen to the video, you understand the video, you know what's going on, you understand it. And then when it's your turn to reply or express yourself, you kind of freeze a little bit, right? And then you have the sentence in your mind, maybe even the vocabulary, maybe you have the words ready, maybe you translated the words, maybe you built the sentence in a specific way, but when you're replying, unfortunately, it comes out all wrong, all jumbled, right? It's not the same. The way you thought it, the way you planned it, and then producing it. I see a lot of yeses. Nice, nice, nice. All right, all right. Yep. Okay, I see here that there are the issues. Same thing. Nice, nice, nice. Very good, very good, very good. All right. How many people here have heard the advice that The best way to fix speaking practice, or if you have a problem with expressing yourself, you should speak more. Who says that? I just need practice? That people have you heard that piece of advice before? Just practice more. This very generic term that they tell you, just practice more. If you're not able to be fluent, just practice more. Just speak more. Or for example, has anyone thought, okay, maybe my problem is vocabulary? Has anyone thought about that before? Because I hear this a lot. I hear a lot of people tell me, I think it's my vocabulary. I think the problem is I don't have enough words. Right? Have you heard this? Have you felt this before? Hmm? Yes. Okay. Okay. What about grammar? What do we think about grammar? Do we feel like maybe you can't speak? So you have, mind you, Muhammad said he has the sentence in his mind. It's here, right? He understood. He prepared the sentence. It's in his mind, but he can't say it. So do you think the problem is the grammar or vocabulary? What do we think? What do we think? Tell me, tell me. Do we think that the problem is grammar or vocabulary? I have the sentence in my mind. It's here. I have it right here. It's ready to go. But I cannot say it. What do we feel? What do we think? Come on. I know it's hot, but I need you guys to push with me here. Come on. In USA, they don't use grammar. Ooh, Hamza. That's actually a very, very interesting point. You're not wrong. You're not right, but you're not wrong. You're onto something. You're onto something. Lack of practice, Mina. Okay. I think it's the fear. Now, Yasmin said something really nice. Yasmin said something so nice. She didn't say, I don't think it's fear, or I think it's fear, and then she stopped. She said, I think it's the fear. Specifically, a type of fear preventing you from producing, from speaking. Now, what are we afraid of? Because she's right. It is the fear. But what are we afraid of? When I'm in a conversation, and I understand, what am I afraid of? Judging, mistakes, Fatima. Nice. Hasnat, very good. Judgments, mistakes, right? Very good, very good. Huh? What else? What else? Making mistakes again. Very good. Nice, nice. Have you ever felt that maybe you're being too worried or too scared to misexpress, be misunderstood? What if I say something and the other person doesn't understand what I'm trying to say? What do we think of that? Hmm. What did you do? Hmm. Oh, okay. Sarah's going back. Sarah's going back to the. I know a lot of vocabulary. I don't know a lot of vocabulary. Language misuse, pronunciation. Now, Mr. Islam, actually, one of our wonderful classmates right here, one of our teammates, actually mentioned that they live in an area. I'm not sure where. Probably a Gulf area. I'm not sure, but they mentioned that he works with a lot of Indian speakers and a lot of Chinese speakers, right? Now, we all know that the Indian accent is sometimes kind of difficult to understand because of the pronunciation. But has that ever stopped them from speaking? Do you think that they stop speaking just because their pronunciation isn't 10 out of 10? And to be fair, they have vocabulary. Let's all agree that Indian speakers have very good vocabulary. All right? They're very good with vocabulary, but when it comes to pronunciation, a couple of things here and there, unfortunately. Right? So, what happens? Now, we talked about Yasmin, how she said the fear, right? She mentioned the fear. So, what it is actually, the actual technical term for this is called language anxiety. Language anxiety kind of comes from the word anxiety, right? It kind of tells itself, right? It's quite obvious. It's being anxious from this new language, right? Now, unfortunately, with any phobia, with any fear, the best way to overcome it is what? When I'm scared of something, what is the best thing I can do to overcome this fear? Face it. Hmm, exactly. If you look up any psychology book, they're going to be like, best way to go through a phobia. If you're scared of interviews, do more interviews. If you're scared of exams, take more exams, right? So that's it. You got to actually face it. So you can do everything you can, right? To make yourself equipped, prepare yourself, right? For the actual face off of speaking to humans. Now, here's the thing though. When I have more vocabulary, like Muhammad, when I have a lot of vocabulary, so I understand everything, it is not a vocabulary problem. I understood everything that is being said to me, right? If I have grammar because I read a lot, I'm a teacher, I've studied every rule in the book, right? I constantly watch series and movies, so I know how the language is used, not in terms of a subject that is academic that I've memorized, but actual use and actual communication. Then what's left? What's left is for you to actually do it. Thank you, Rudaina. Yes, to actually do it. Right? Now, this is kind of where my course kind of comes in a little bit. The idea behind the conversation course is that you kind of follow a study plan that is a daily routine. I don't call it a study plan, I call it a daily routine. What this means is tips and tricks of small things you need to include within your day to make sure you're surrounded by the language. Now, let's agree again, because this is really related to Muhammad's problem here. If I know a lot of grammatical rules, I know them, I teach them, right? When I'm speaking, knowing the rule, knowing them, understanding them, guarantees that I won't mistakes when I speak. I won't make mistakes when I speak. Whoa, what is happening? Judy, I need you to please give your phone to your mother. Moga, kindly check your WhatsApp. All right, where was I? Mocha, I don't have the hosts part, but I need you to kindly disable annotations. It's not letting me do it on my end because I am a co-host. Thank you. Now, where was I? Exactly. So back to what I was saying. Sora pointed out an F exactly. Thank you. Rasha said no. Hasnat said no. So knowing the rule does not guarantee that I will not make this mistake. I know that I'm supposed to say I swam in the pool yesterday. I know I went to the pool yesterday, not I go yesterday. I know this. I know it. So then what is the problem? Right? What is the issue? The issue is I haven't built this relationship of having this part of the language in front of me. There we go. Where is Judy? There we go. Did you already do it? I already put M, so thank you so much. Nope. There we go. Moga, they are in the waiting room. Please do not accept them. Now, where was I? Exactly, right? So knowing the vocabulary, knowing the rule itself is not a guarantee. This is not something that will tell me, okay, when I speak, I won't make this mistake. Why? What happens? While I'm speaking, I accidentally make this mistake. The reason is I wasn't exposed to this, right? I wasn't taught this. I didn't pick this up. It's called language acquisition. I didn't pick this up in a natural context. So when I first think of language speaking, I don't think of the actual communication. I think of words that I can put together to build a sentence, right? And then while I'm speaking, I forget that they have grammatical rules. So I start saying things incorrectly. So, how can I pick up the language that is not in the form of just words and blocks or just grammatical rules? I need to pick up the language as a form of what? As a form of communication. What does that mean? Communication. What does that mean? What does this word mean? The real purpose of a language. Communication. What does this mean? When you hear the word conversation is about communication. What is communication? What does this mean? That I can speak to myself. I can have a good accent. That my vocabulary is really good. This is communication. I have amazing knowledge about the phonemic chart and the grammatical rules. Hmm. Tell me in the chat. What do we think? Where did everybody go? Rasha, Rudaina, Sara, where are you? Muhammad, come back. What does communication mean? Are you guys able to write in the chat? Go ahead, Reem, tell me, my dear. If you're in a quiet area, do unmute your mic. Go ahead. You should be
Yeah,
able to
I'm
now.
in a quiet area.
Yes, tell me.
We're not able actually. Oh no, we're able to write in a chat box. Thank you.
No worries. While I have you, tell me, what do you think? What is communication?
I think the ability to deliver a message.
Nice. Very good. Very good. So communicate is to just deliver, or do you think maybe the receiving also is a part?
Yeah, sure. Delivering and receiving at the same time.
Very good. Very good. Thank you so much for participating, Reem. Or was it Reem or Rodina? I think it was Rodina, no? Yeah. All right. So yes, exactly. Very good. Very good. Nice. Between people, connections to be understood. So conversation is a two-way channel, right? I have to be able to speak, but I also have to be able to listen, right? Now, here's what happens. A lot of people have an issue where they start listening only, but they don't have enough time or practice or exposure, right? To speak. So it kind of goes off balance. Now, here's the problem because of accessibility, because of life, because of how we were taught when we were younger, usually language comes to us in a form of an academic subject, right? Which is why the easiest skill, if I ask everyone here, everybody right here in the chat, I'm going to ask you of the four language skills reading, writing, listening, and speaking, what is your number one easiest skill? Which skill are you most confident in? Okay, we've got two writings. Nice. Reading and listening. Reading and listening. Reading. All right. Mahmoud's got speaking. Nice, Mahmoud. Gheda's confident in speaking. Nice. I'm not talking about the number one problematic skill. I'm talking about the number one top skill. The easiest skill for you. The one you feel is the easiest, the most accurate, the most fluent, the less problematic, right? So, other than the wonderful speakers that we have here, most of them are reading and writing, right? Sometimes occasional listening, but the top are usually reading and writing. Now, why is it reading and writing? Because that's how we were brought up. It's the easiest thing to do by myself. One of you guys brilliantly, wonderfully, amazingly pointed out, who am I going to talk to? I want to improve my conversation skills, but who am I going to talk to? Now, here's the thing. It's a step-by-step process. And Muhammad, back to your problem, shadowing can help. But we need to find out what your problem is. So we need to find out, are the mistakes that are taking place happening because you're scared? Are you translating directly from Arabic to English so your sentence is the wrong way? The sentence structure is all mixed up? Is this the problem? Is the problem the fact that you are using the vocabulary in the wrong area or in the wrong place? Is the fact or the problem that you have pronunciation related? So shadowing is great specifically for the lower levels and of course higher for other reasons, but for each stage in your language journey, Shadowing and every other exercise that you have, everything you do has a different technique to help you fix your problem. So, if you're a higher level and you want to work on your intonation, not just pronunciation, intonation, your sentence rhythm, your sentence stress, how to be more fluent when you're saying something, right? Shadowing is great, but you're not going to focus on just the vocabulary they're using. You're going to be focusing on the chunks and when and how they're saying it. So you're not going to say, oh my God, right? You're going to say, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. You have to say it in this specific way in order to see results with your culture. And so when you use your language, you're not robotic, right? This is a B2 problem. Okay, what about for lower levels? If I have a problem with my grammar, then I'm looking at smaller chunks. I'm looking at smaller expressions. I'm copying smaller expressions in different scenarios. So I'm looking at this person when they're replying to a question that is very generic or very, very general, and I keep repeating it, right? I'm building fluency. Okay. But here's the thing. Is that my problem? Is my problem fluency? Am I taking too much time? I have the sentence in my mind. So again, to answer your problem or to answer your question, Muhammad, and everyone who has this problem, because everybody should have this problem, because we live in an Arabic country. We don't have a place where English is surrounding us, right? Now, to answer your question, you need to find out what the problem is. Is it pronunciation? Am I not saying the letter sounds? Am I not pronouncing them correctly? Is it unclear? Am I mumbling? Right? Is it grammar? Am I not telling people that it was in the past? Am I not clear? Am I not using the right form? Okay. Is it vocabulary? Am I using the word that is similar to the actual word that I want? Or maybe a word that is very unfamiliar. A lot of people haven't heard it in 60 years, so they're very surprised and they don't understand. Is it a vocabulary issue? Right? So all of these things have different solutions to them. Shadowing is incredible, but you need to understand that it's only going to fix specific things when you work on it in a specific way, right? Now, if it's fluency that you have an issue with, if it's fluency, we got to find out what kind of fluency. Is it because you are translating in Arabic? So this in this case, the problem is not the fluency. The problem is the literal translation. The literal translation. What does literal translation mean, by the way? What does this mean? Literal translation. What does this mean? Language learners, ESL language learners and speakers, usually literally translate in their minds. Very good, Reem. Translating word for word, which means I take the Arabic, Google Translate in my mind, Google Translate, English. Right? This is called literal translation. Okay, it comes from the word literally, word for word, like Reem said. Right? What happens when this happens? What is the mistake? What's wrong with this? I say the sentence in Arabic, and so when I translate it, the sentence is actually organized in Arabic, but the vocabulary is different. Right? Exactly, Riham. Very good. You're trying to speak English, but you're using Arabic words, right? In an Arabic way. So it's kind of like Franco-Arabic a little bit, right? Now, let's go ahead and jump into, because we are running out of time very quickly. I wanted to see here some of the comments you guys have been sharing. The productive skills are more yes, they are. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. You have proved every point I've been meaning to make. With language, productive, which means writing and speaking, output, right? They're usually harder than the input because you need feedback. You need someone to help you make sure that what you're saying or what you are writing is actually correct. And this feedback can be personal, which means that you are actually trying to help yourself by yourself, right? So you have a series or you have something that you are shadowing and comparing it to. You are joining a course to help you speak more, or you have an examiner who's going over your writing tasks to make sure that you are writing the things correctly and you're covering all your points and your grammar and so on and so forth, right? I speak with my family in English. If I can't say sentences, open ChatGPT. That's great, Rodina. As long as you're practicing. Now, here's the thing, a lot of people are too scared to practice. Some people are so scared that they are going to look silly, that they are going to make too many mistakes. Guess what? Native speakers make mistakes all the time. They correct themselves. It's totally fine. We're human, right? But if you use this as an excuse not to speak, you're never going to speak. So, what do? We push ourselves. We make ourselves as comfortable as possible. Will we reach 100% comfortability? No, we're not. We are not going to be 100% comfort because we're still growing. And growing outside your comfort zone is hard. It is not easy, right? So we do our best. By what? Making sure we have enough input, we have enough exposure. I've heard AS say, everything good? All good? I've heard her say this so many times. I know that I can say good. It's not good. It's not good. It's good. Got it? This is how I become comfortable. This is how I become a lot more fluent. By copying the things that I hear or that I see or that I read, right? It's the easiest way. Not the fastest, but it's the easiest. It stays with you long term and it makes sure that when you are in a position where you are stressed, you don't need to add more stress to go look for the word in Arabic first and then translate it and then put it into a decent sentence, right? No, what happens is I saw Reem talking about waffles and I automatically thought about this incredible place that makes waffles. So now I'm talking about this waffle place. I'm not thinking about Reem first. I'm not thinking about the meaning of the word waffle in Arabic or the toppings of every single ingredient and putting more stress on myself. Got it? And this is where the whole kind of input equals output situation. Now, let me ask you this. What happens if I attend a conversation course or I speak to somebody or I have a speaking partner? All right, I've got a speaking partner, but I don't have any input. I don't listen to anything. I don't read anything, but I keep talking to somebody. Will my language grow? Will it improve? Will it get better? Will I stop making mistakes? Notice my question. Will I stop making mistakes if I only speak, but I don't listen? Huh. Oh, I'm not looking at your answers. Hold on. Nope. I need input. Yes. I love the big no, Karim. Thank you. Yes. Absolutely. Of course not. Of course not. If I keep speaking only and using the language I already have, surprise, it's not going to grow. It's not. I'm using what I already have. No matter the sources I had it, if it's been used incorrectly, if I learned from a wrong instructor or teacher or a book or whatever when I was in elementary school and I was 2 years old, right? Now, to make sure that I am up to speed, I'm up to date with all of the different expressions and idioms and the way people talk now, right? Right and wrong. So, yes, there are definitely, unfortunately, I will agree, Americans do not care that much about grammar. However, English in general, in order to deliver a message, communication, remember, communication, to communicate, I have to use accurate language, right? So if I go over to Ahmed and I say, hey, Ahmed, I had a horrible day, and I'm smiling like this. I'm sorry, you had a horrible day? Did you say you had a horrible day? Because you're smiling right now, right? So the idea is it's a package deal, all right? There are so many things that we have to take into consideration. I love that they complete each other as men. Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Some people translate it is raining cats and dogs. Yes, it's called transliteration. Very good, Malak. Thank you. All right. So we don't want any transliteration. We don't want any cats and dogs in Arabic or in English. All right. We want the idiom to be said and we want people to think, oh, okay, it's raining very hard. Right. Um, so moving on. Oh, I think someone sent me a message. Thank you, Muhammad. Nice to have you. So let me show you a little bit of something that I wanted to ask your opinion on regarding next part here. Let me know when you can see my screen, yeah? Thank you. Finally. Have we heard this expression before? Sound native like. Aha! The has like aha! Yes, yes. Blending. Interesting, Russia. The flap T. Things like the flap T, you mean? Ah, yeah, yeah, I understand. Like me, Raga. Raga, hello! How are you? Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. Intonation? Intonation. No. I should say Dr. Raga now, no? Have you gotten your PhD yet? The stress, the pronunciation. Nice, nice, nice. Very good. Means to say the right collocations. I love how you went a little bit academic, but we'll take it. We'll take it. That's fine. Nice. Connected speech features, also something that's related to pronunciation. Thank you, Thebit. All right. Let's see. Keep talking for a long time. Maybe it's the accent. So far, we've got a lot of people going towards pronunciation and stress. Fluency and accent. Mahmoud. Not bad. Not bad. Hmm. Any other ideas? Connected speech. Hasn't. Not bad. Not bad. Also related to pronunciation. Hmm. Any other ideas? Linking the way. Oh, there we go. We're getting closer. The way they link their ideas using idioms, the way they deliver their ideas and using idioms. Thank you. Thank you. Very good. There we go. That's where we want to go with this. Natural expressions. Remember how we talked a little bit about the student who had a B2 problem, the upper professional student, right? The proficiency. Their language was pretty good, right? But when they spoke, they were very robotic. So the opposite of robotic in my example is natural. What does that mean? Sayings, Rosha, very good, not bad, not bad. Hamza, it's smoothness. Spelling and idioms, not bad, not bad. Being able to express any feeling instantly, nice. Now, natural expressions means basically expressions that don't sound fake. When I'm speaking, I don't sound like I'm overcomplicating it, right? That it's clear, that it's familiar, something that people say, right? Intonation and rhythm. Like I said before, when I'm talking about how something is exciting, I know when to go up with my intonation. I know when to go down when I'm asking something or when I'm saying something, sorry. And then when I'm asking a question, I go up, so on and so forth. Fluency strategies. Fluency strategies. Have we heard of this before? Fluency strategies. Strategies and techniques to make me more fluent. Hmm. Cutting to the chase is an actual idiom. Adil, and I like it. It's one of my favorite. Asma, very good to speak naturally. Very good, very good. Living in an English speaking country for a few years. Jasmine, you've hit the nail on the head. The idea of going to a country, being surrounded by the language, and not just the language, Jasmine, not just the language, it's also the you see this word right here? This wonderful word right there? Actually, two wonderful words right there. Two wonderful words. Huh. The first word. Have we seen it before? Yeah. Hadia, good morning. Hi. I love the pink. The culture. The culture of something is the hidden aspect of a language, right? Hello. So, your language, your culture, your skills are all a package that help you communicate better. And this is why Muhammad had a problem when he had the sentence ready in his brain, ready in his mind's eye, but he couldn't say it, right? I have a person living in Turkey. They learned the language without studying just from daily interactions and being this. Exactly, Adim. Exactly. It's called natural language acquisition, right? It's exposure and practice. Now, here's the thing, Reem. I bet you anything. This person was super shy, super scared, super stressed the first day he was in Turkey, and the first time he actually tried to participate with someone or to converse with someone. It was the scariest moment of their life. The very first time. Now, they don't really care, right? They've gotten used to it. I know, Reem, I know. I tend to be right a lot, actually. Ask Mocha. I'm actually very right. Now, here's an example of the cultural part. Oh my goodness. I do hope she's feeling better now. If I say, oh my goodness, what? Right? We know that. It's got to be said in a specific way where you're delivering the emotion and you're delivering the message that you want to say. Right? That's basically it. Now, let's take a look at some expressions and some alternatives. I know Dr. Muhammad loves over the moon. It's a brilliant expression. You can also say I'm thrilled instead of saying I'm very happy. I'm very, 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 very tired. Right? Mona, we don't have any opportunities here to expose it. Like, I agree. Abdul Samad. Yes, language immersion. Yes. What do we do to immerse ourselves in the English language? I live in Egypt. How do I immerse myself with the English language? What do I do? Speak in Arabic only with my family and my friends? If I have a friend who can speak English, I speak to that person in Arabic. I open Arabic subtitles on an English movie. Jasmine gave you an example. That's immersing because if you go to the United States or if you go to Canada, people around you don't have subtitles. So you're immersing yourself in the English language. So if I watch a movie without subtitles, I technically immerse it, no? Now, what if I understand only like 10% of the movie? I mean, I understand, but I didn't catch the vocabulary. Is this beneficial? What do we think? I didn't catch all the words, but I understood more than 50%. But I didn't catch all the words, but I understood. Is that beneficial? Yes, it is. Is it scary? It's very scary. What if I don't understand? What if I don't understand the thing? What if it's not funny to me? What if I lose interest? Right? All of these things are valid fears. They are. But that's why when I choose something I'm interested in so that I can keep going. Because guess what? If I understand 50% or more, chances are, surprise, you actually have the vocabulary. The only problem is that right now, there's a new relationship being built between you and this vocabulary. It's not the old one anymore. It's not the one where you know the word by only your eyes. It's a new one where you are taking this word with its context, with the situation, with the pronunciation, with the cultural context, so that when you use it, you can use it correctly. So, feeling like I missed the word means that maybe there's a chance I have it. Yes. But I didn't see it. So I tell myself I didn't see it, so I didn't catch it. No. Chances are, if you watch this same video and you open the subtitles, I do know it. I've seen this word before. I know this word. Why didn't I hear it? It's because you weren't introduced to it that way. Are we on the same page? Is this clear? Do we understand? Clear, clear, clear? Do we understand? Is it clear, you guys? Are we on the same page? Nice, nice, nice. All right. Russia, you are amazing. Hadir, you're opening the subtitles in English. Is this correct? It's not wrong, Hadir, but let me tell you that we always, as humans, go to our comfort zone. So, if I have the English subtitles on, what will work? My eyes or my ears? right? Automatically. Because I know the words, Hadir. I've seen these words before. This is my comfort zone. Even if I try, I will look at the words, right? So, if your goal, Hadir, is to improve your listening and speaking, I recommend you start to introduce yourself to the world of no subtitles. By the way, everything I'm saying today applies to intermediate and up. Everyone below intermediate has a different technique to follow. But I am addressing our dear intermediates and up. Intermediate means you've got the bases, you have the basics, the foundation, you're good to go. You just need a little push from the angel A. Right? Now, again, English subtitles are great if you're working on vocabulary. Your listening is good and your speaking is good. I just want to improve my vocabulary and I don't like to read. So watch something with English subtitles. Enjoy. Have fun. Go ahead. If vocabulary is not what you're working on, it's not something that you care about right now, you're okay with picking up the vocabulary naturally to start being exposed to the word in different scenarios and being able to remember it forever, then sure, go ahead. Remove the subtitles. You will notice your language improving and jumping two folds, not just one fold. Imagine you are in a foreign country and you are in trouble and you must speak English. What are you going to do in this situation? There you go. You force yourself, right? Abdus Samad, this is the thing. When you put yourself in a position where you can't escape, things that I maybe do, maybe in my session, don't ask Muhga because she knows, right? If you are pushed, if you are 100% forced to speak and express yourself, you're going to do great. You really are. Usually, we are ourselves' biggest critic. We're so scared of looking bad, of making mistakes, of doing whatever it is that we're going to do wrong, right? All right. Let's see. The next expression. Instead of saying I'm hungry, has anyone heard this first expression? I'm starving. Obviously, we all know it. But can one of you unmute your mic and tell me how to pronounce or how to use the correct stress for the first expression? These three words? How do I say that expression? Raise your hand if you want to give it a shot. Don't let me choose, because I will choose. You don't want me to choose. Thank you, Hamza. All right. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Hi!
I say I'm hungry. I'm like back home and I ask my mother to cook me some food.
Mm-hmm.
I could eat maybe when I have the ability to eat, but I didn't eat like when I'm in a situation, a wedding or a funeral. But when I'm
Funeral.
starving, I say it maybe when I'm complaining, like someone is lost in island.
Nice. Now, how do I say this? How do I say it? If I ask you, Hamza, are you hungry? What is the stress? What is the intonation? What is the pronunciation? What is it? How are you going to reply to say these three words? Kind of like a shrug. Like that. Can you say it? I could eat.
Uh,
Huh? Can you say it?
I could eat.
I could eat because that way it's a question, right? If I go up, it's a question, right? The intonation, the falling and the rising, right? I could eat. I could eat. Thank you, Hasna. I could eat. Can you say it, please, Hamza?
I could eat.
I could eat, right? So the stress here is different from a question one. Here's a statement, but it's not very sure. It's could. It's possible. Thank you, Hamza, for participating. Thank you. Oh, cute. Welcome. All right. Now, let's go to the next one. This one I say a lot. I'm guilty of having this expression a lot. I say this all the time. No worries. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I don't say the I. So I don't say it is all good. No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's okay. Next. Wait a moment. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I say this to my students all the time. Please be careful of the dangerous E and I sound. Give me a sec. Not sick. Not give me a sick. Give me a sec. A sec. A second. Sec. Second. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Next one is where's my there we go. No idea. Where's Moga? No idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Now, I'm reading these because I want you to pay attention to the intonation that I have while I'm pronouncing them, right? While I'm saying them. Oops. Clear? Easy? I think having new expressions like I'm thrilled is a very good thing for being native like, but not using them in their appropriate context sometimes makes you sound unnatural. Mahmoud Hisham, you are incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look and listen for a second. There we go. Sec is second. Yes, Hiba, thank you. I was going to call you Heba. I don't know why. Mahmoud just mentioned something incredible right here. I think having new expressions like I'm thrilled is a very good thing for being native like, but not using them. Here we go. This is the B2 mistake we talked about. But not using them, remember, robotic? Not using them in their appropriate context sometimes makes you sound unnatural and just want to show people that you're native. While natives usually do this by nature. Nature, remember natural expressions, our first point? Yeah? Because it's a problem I observe in many new learners and even myself to exaggerate the language while talking. Very good, Mahmoud. Very, very good. Very, very good. Now, here's the thing, Mahmoud. To actually add to what you have said, culture cannot be taught. I cannot start forcing Mahmoud to start learning what it means to be unhappy or happy or professional or unprofessional. I can't teach him the feeling. Obviously, I can give him the expressions. I can teach him the expressions. But the context, when to use them, how to feel, when is it appropriate to use them, right? All of these things are tied to the culture that we are exposed to. Through what? Through movies and series, right? Songs are good for pronunciation, my friends. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that songs are enough to enrich your language. They are great tools for pronunciation. Nothing more, nothing less. Vocabulary, if you're lucky, some singers, some bands are incredible. But to enrich your language, always go for actual tangible things. Now, movies and series, because like our wonderful friends pointed out that Americans don't care too much about the vocabulary. They're great for culture, for context. Because again, with vocabulary, whenever you're looking at a word, it can be used in many different scenarios, right? Reading is incredible for your grammar and your structure and your vocabulary. Reading. It's a great tool. But when it comes down to speaking, my friends, the more listening you do, remember our very first point that we've discussed today? The more the input, the better the input, the stronger the output. Clear? Easy? Are we on the same page? What can improve your speaking? Listening, Peter. Peter, the more you listen, my friend, the more accurate you are, the better you are. Let me show you what my formula is for my course. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting this window thing because we are about to leave. Oh, I forgot, Miss Mocha. Miss Mocha, can you kindly put your number in the chat because I have completely forgotten to call you out. Miss Mocha here is the wonderful, incredible coordinator, general manager of the online operations, who I work closely with. She is in charge of handling my classes and my courses. She overlooks all the courses, of course, in Engli-Vision, but because I am evil and she is amazing, she's literally amazing, Miss Mocha helps take care of also my classes. Kindly reach out to her number that I will also be sharing shortly. to sign up for the assessment. What happens is you send a message saying that you are interested in the conversation course with me. Hello, my name is Aya. Aya Al-Gohari. Um, she's going to connect you to the assessor, our wonderful Miss Basant. She will give you some questions to answer, and accordingly, in a voice note, ladies and gentlemen, Lena, I'm looking at you. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are answering these questions in a voice note, please, pretty please, make sure you are in a quiet area. So you are going to send a voice note answering the questions while you are in a quiet area. Do not write down your answers first. Because guess what? If you write the answers first and then you read them, you're helping me evaluate your reading and writing, not your speaking. So what you're going to do is you're going to message Miss Mohka, tell her you're interested, look at the questions that you have to answer, send a voice note answering the questions on the spot. Look at the questions, answer the questions. Very simple. Just be in a quiet area, please. All right? Improving your grammar usually is best with your reading, Bisan. All right. This is the formula. Remember how I said I kind of look more at a daily routine for your English language, not a study plan per se? The idea behind this is that me, the coordinators and teachers that I have with me on the team, try to give you minimal exposure to the language. And then our sessions, which are 2 days a week, are there for the safe space for production, where we speak, we interact, we get feedback, we try to practice some vocabulary, and we overcome. Number one rule is to overcome the fear we have when we speak. This is the number one thing. This is the number one thing I can guarantee you will overcome. The fear of expressing yourself, 100%. How big of a jump you will make in your language journey, that is a collaborative effort, my dear. That depends on both of us. Can I ask what level the course is? Intermediate and up. Receptive for productive, listening for speaking. Adel, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys message Miss Moga. She has already sent it to you right there. All right? This is my formula. This is what I kind of look at my conversation course to be. This is what I aim for it to be. We have a session. We've got a topic. We've got something we're going to talk about. Sometimes there's going to be a video that you are going to watch at home. We're going to discuss that. We're going to have tiny exercises that are kind of like a tradition or routine for every session to work on different tenses or different aspects of the language. For example, I usually start my sessions with talking about how you guys spent your vacation or your holiday or your weekend or your day or whatever, to make sure that we are 100% producing the past tense correctly. Just a gentle reminder, knowing the rule is different from actually saying it correctly. All right, so it's got nothing to do with how much language you know. It's about how comfortable and how much you've been exposed to the language correctly. All right, so we've got input, which happens outside the session, which is in forms of a daily activity, a weekly activity, and some tasks that I give. Then we've got the actual sessions themselves, where we have different exercises or different tasks that we do together. And yes, you have to speak to more people than just the instructor. You are there to produce and speak to different mindsets, different personalities, and accordingly use your language to the best capability and capacity that you can. After that, there's a feedback loop, which basically means that there are tiny mini presentations. There's going to be mini debates according to your level. And towards the end of the course, we kind of work towards a little bit more evil Aya, where I'm giving more feedback on your language. In general, I think of it as the fuel that you provide and then the output as something that we do. If you're interested, go ahead and follow the link that Miss Moga kindly put in the chat. That is all the time we have for today. It has been so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me. Reem and Hamza and Rasha and all the incredible human beings who have been here and who have participated. I appreciate you guys so much. Raga, thank you for stopping by. It's been years. I hope you're well, my dear. Everyone else, do take care. I look forward to seeing you guys in the round, inshallah. I do believe we start in the next couple of weeks. So if you're interested, be sure to message Miss Mohaga and click on that link so that you guys can catch a spot before the spots run out. Yes? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be safe. And take care, everybody. Oh, Mahmoud Hisham as well. Thank you so much. All the Mahmouds have been incredible today as well. I'm very good at listening. What should I do beside the course to improve my pronunciation and speaking? See, me, Peter, in this case, we'd find out and we'd see that maybe shadowing would be your biggest best friend. It depends. We'll see. Depending on the problem is. Thank you for sticking around, Malak Marwan. Nice to meet you. Everybody, make sure you click on the Raga. I can't believe you're still here, dear. Click on the link, and I will see you guys, inshallah, during the round. All right. Be safe from the sun and the heat, and enjoy your holiday, everybody. See you guys soon. Bye, team. Bye, everybody.